Ladies and gentlemen, finally, somebody in the league that has stepped forward that disagrees with the terms of Kyrie Irving in order for him to return back to the Nets. Well, this is Jaylen Brown, a former teammate of the Boston Celtics. So, Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown said on Monday the National Basketball Players Association disagrees with the benchmark set for Kyrie Irving in order for him to return to his Brooklyn Nets suspension. Now, when I went through this story, he brought up some really interesting things that never came out in the media, and it's certainly coming out now. So Irving was suspended for at least 5 games until he adequately came to terms with the harm he caused with his tweet, which I don't believe he caused any harm. When he sent out a link to the movie, which they're calling anti Semitic and misinformation, I obviously didn't watch it. So, according to The Athletic, the terms included an apology, a donation that agreed upon of a sum of $500,000 to the organizations that fight hate, complete sensitivity training, complete anti Semitic, anti hate training, and meet with the ADL League and Jewish leaders in Brooklyn, and meet again with the net officials, including team owner. Y'all, this is overkill. This is way, way overboard for sending out a link about a movie. This is just overboard. And a lot of people see it that way. And I think that's why, y'all, they have kept this out in the media as long as they have. They are looking out here on social media and they don't see everybody agreeing with them. So they're going to keep going and going and going until they can, verbally think they can convince you that this is the appropriate step to take. And really, I don't believe it is. It's too much. You're treating him like he's a child and not a grown man. I see a lot of issues with this. I can see if you wanna meet with him and talk to him, but I just don't see the point where all of these people got to meet with him, and then you meet with this one, and then you meet with this one, and then you meet that's overboard. That is way, way overboard. Okay, y'all. So, Brown told the Boston Globe on Monday that he did not believe Irving was anti Semitic. I don't believe Kyrie Irving is anti Semitic, he told the paper. I don't think people in our governing bodies think he's anti Semitic. He made a mistake. We understand from an outside perspective how important sensitivity is not condoned, hate speech, and not condone anything of that nature. And I agree with that. We don't want to stand up for somebody in order to not condemn hate speech. But I don't believe Kyrie Irving is anti Semitic, and hopefully the NBA feels the same way. Okay, so he goes on to say that Brown said the players had discomfort with the rules. And this is where it gets real interesting. He says because the current CBA does not include exact guidelines on punishment regarding social media posts. So they're just making up all this punishment as they go along. He said there is no written rules for social media posts in their guidelines. So couldn't Kyrie get them legally on that? You didn't have nothing written prior to making these accusations and then going all overboard on what he needs to do. So they made up all this stuff as they went along. Oh, like he gonna have to meet with this, and he's gonna have to sit down with us, and then he's gonna have to sit down with them, and then he's gonna have to sit down. Get man, please. So anyway, he said there is no written rules for social media posts. So technically, I don't see how they can hold him to any type of punishment at all. Easy lawsuit for real. So anyway, the Washington Post Candace Buckner noted that Adam Silver fined J.R. Smith in the past for previous social media posts. Irving tweeted a screenshot of a synopsis of the movie. There is an interesting distinction between what somebody says verbally and what somebody posts as a link on a platform with no description behind it, Brown said. Some people will argue that there's no difference, and some will argue there is a difference. There's no language in our CBA. There's no rules against it. This is uncharted territory for everybody. Isn't that interesting? They're punishing him and they have no rules on the books against social media posts. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. This really it sheds a whole different light on it, doesn't it? It most certainly does. The terms in which he has to fulfill to return, I think, not just speak for me, not just speaking for me, speaking as a vice president from a lot of our players. We don't agree with the terms that was required for him to come back. And we're waiting for this Tuesday meeting to happen to see what comes of it. So he's saying there are people in the union, they have a players' union that also don't agree to the terms that he must meet in order to come back and play. Interesting. Brown and Irving are vice presidents of the players' union. Irving is set to meet with Silver on Tuesday, which is today. So, I mean, it's bringing more things to light because, like I said, I never heard of their guidelines didn't even include social media posts. So, they're pretty much threatening him if he doesn't agree to the terms they have set, then they're gonna take further action on things they don't even have in their guideline. Kyrie, you need to really consider talking to a lawyer, for real. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.